Hey, sorry I'm late. So I've been on a Kingdom Hearts binge lately since I got the collection on Steam. It's been crashing like a bitch, but
This video is brought to you in part by me, because I made this. Welcome to a good enough summary of Kingdom Hearts 3. You might be here because you just can't be bothered to play Kingdom Hearts 3, or maybe it's the year 2082 and you're looking for a refresher before Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out. Hi kids, it's me, your Grand Pep in the past. If you're confused and lost, well I mean we all are, but you should probably watch my other video first covering everything up to this point. Alright then, let's do this. Kingdom Hearts 3. Last we saw Sora, he was getting told by Yen Sid to get good. His main task is to relearn the power of waking, which will allow him to help those jumbled up hearts inside of him in Angelia's jam once and for all. I guess that's technically what he did with Kairi's heart back in Kingdom Hearts 1, but with the power of waking, he shouldn't have to poke his soft underbelly and turn into a bug. Yen Sid gives everybody who matters new clothing and sends them off.
Oh, also be on the lookout for Keyblade wielders. We need like 2 more to get to 7,
He says. Sora, Donald, and Goofy fly through a bunch of completely arbitrary Disney worlds.
Hercules, Toy Story, Pirates of the Caribbean, and Big Hero
Once
6,
again, do not matter in the
Tangled,
slightest, and Sora learns absolutely nothing
Monsters,
about the power of
Inc.,
waking. Jack Sparrow is
Frozen.
actually a bunch of crabs in a trench coat, and Rex from Toy Story is obsessed with this hot new video game you wish you were playing instead called Verum Rex. Wait, is he obsessed with it because he thinks it's about him? Oh, and you can make Olaf. Also, Maleficent and Pete are back, and they're looking for a box. They don't find it. Pat-a-pat, aw. Along the way, we're reintroduced to the real Organization 13 and learn who the rest of the members are. Disappointingly, they're all characters we already know. Boo! In addition to the Norts we saw in Dream Drop Distance, there's Larxene, Marluxia, Luxord, Vexen, and Demyx. But now they all have yellow eyes, yo-oh! Also joining the gang is Vanitas from Birth by Sleep and Dark Riku, a time-traveling replica Riku from Chain of Memories. This is a different Riku than the replica Riku we met in Castle Oblivion, and we know this because that replica Riku is hanging out inside of the original Riku like a teenager loitering outside of 7-Eleven. There's also a hand-wavy explanation as to why Ansem and Xemnas blowing up revived old man Xehanort instead of Terranort, but don't worry about it because Terranort is back too, and there's even another hooded figure we'll get to later. This is way more than 13? There's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
too many hooded figures in this game. Some of the other former members of Organization 13 decided to be good and stay as somebodies. They hang out back at Ansem the Wise's place and dig through his stuff and find his naughty magazines. They text Sora old memes sometimes. The somebodies figure out what we learned like 3 games ago, that Sora has all these hearts jellying up his jam. Sora's like, I don't know if any of them even technically count as people, but we gotta help them out. He sets out to free Roxas because, ew, girls are icky, but he runs into a problem. For one, Roxas doesn't have a body anymore, and for 2, Sora doesn't know how to release Roxas's heart. Wait, hold up, since when do nobodies have hearts? I thought the whole point was that they're a shell without a heart. You know what? I have no more fight left in me. It's fine. Ronga's hooded, this plot is convoluted. Roxas's friends show up and are like, hey, we don't remember Roxas because we were only friends with him inside a computer. And Sora's like, oh yeah, there should be a copy of his heart in the computer. But they don't know Ansem's password, beep boop sad toot. Meanwhile, Riku and Mickey are so bad at rescuing Aqua that she turns into anti-Aqua. Which is actually fine because, I mean, she's rocking it. Mickey goes, what happened? And she's like, I was trapped here for 10 years and turned evil and got this sweet outfit. What took you so long? And Riku's like, I couldn't find my big car, my bad, lol. Sora pops out of a portal and helps his boyfriend Riku beat up Darkwa with the power of the Gay Blade TM. They unlock Aqua's face so hard she turns good again.
Why?
They zip over to Castle Oblivion and Aqua turns it back into the land of departure and they find Sleepy Ventus right where she left him having a big ol' nap. Sora tries to use the power of waking, but Vanitas pops up and attacks Aqua. He's like, heh heh, and she's like, oh no. Suddenly, Sora learns the actual power power of waking because, you know, they had an opportunity to make the Disney worlds relevant, but no, you know what, now is fine, this'll do. Ventus's heart poots out of Sora and into Ventus, and Ventus wakes up. He jumps in front of Vanitas and goes, remember me? And Vanitas goes,
Oh, that's cute, because that's what I said in Birth by Sleep when
and Ventus pops him on the noggin.
Ow.
Did you toot?
Elsewhere, Vexen grabs Demyx and is like,
Wait, I forgot Xehanort isn't even a real goth. Let's bounce.
what do you mean? You willingly came back and let yourself get Norded.
I'm a double agent. I'm working for Ansem the Wise. Let's go.
And on their way out, they steal an empty replica body for Roxas. For later. Oh, and Ansem the Wise is totally fine and wandering about in the background, but he barely does anything, so don't worry about him. Back at Yen Sid's place, the 7 Guardians of Light are finally assembled. Sora, Riku, Mickey, Aqua, and Ventus are joined by Kairi and Lee, who spent 10 hyperbolic time chamber minutes in Merlin's moon bounce, so they're totally trained and up to the task. Yen Sid goes,
Son of a Disney, is this really the best we have? Okay, y'all ready to fight Xehanort?
Wait, Mr. Yan Sid.
says Goofy.
If the 7 and the 13 fight each other, then that'll summon the Keyblade, right?
Yes, what's your point?
So if we don't fight them, then Xehanort can never win.
Wow, Goofy, you're as smart as you are handsome. But if we refuse to fight, Xehanort will just use the 7 princesses of Heart instead.
Turnips, cries Sora. I won't stand by and let Norty Nort hurt Jasmine and Belle and Snow White and...
No, actually, we're done with those princesses. It's all about Frozen and Tangled now.
But what happened to...
It's all about Tangled and Frozen. It may be, Moana, eventually. Now go, appease our shareholders and fight that Xehanort.
So the 7 Guardians of Light and Donald and Goofy take the battle bus to the Keyblade Graveyard. They battle against the trillion billion Heartless, and Sora defeats them with a choo-choo train. But then Terra Nort shows up and kills everybody. Oopsie poopsie. Sora wakes up dead in the final world and puts his soul back together by running through an Escher painting and high-fiving himself a lot. He brings everyone back to life and they fight another wave of a trillion billion Heartless. But this time they summon the power of Union Cross and surf on a wave of Keyblades, and the ghost of this guy without pointy anime hair winks at Sora. See? I called it. Yen Sid,
Yep.
tired of everyone's incompetence, blasts down from orbit and makes a path through the Heartless.
Moses, Moses, I'm doing a Moses.
He yells. Finally, after countless games and years upon years of waiting, we have our 7 and our 13 face off against each other. And it's all tense and quiet, and a tumbleweed rolls past. But Xehanort goes,
Lol, nope. Poof, here's a maze.
Sora works his way through Xehanort's last-minute corn maze of cheap suspense and takes out some organization members. He helps turn Terra Nort back into Terra, and Replica Riku kills Dark Riku while Riku watches. And Sora goes, check please. The final hooded member is revealed to be Xion, and she's evil again. But off-screen, Ansem the Wise was able to log into his computer after finding his password underneath the keyboard and
abs.
put Roxas's Digi-Heart into the replica body, and so Roxas enters the fight. Xion goes, wait, nope, I got my heart back from Sora. Thanks, Sora, I'm good again. And he's like, when did that happen? Whoa! All the while, each fight is bringing Xehanort one shard closer to the Keyblade. Kairi, for the first time ever, is about to do a thing, but before she can, she gets kidnapped. Oh, how convenient. Maybe next time, Kairi. Maybe next time. Sora's like, heck, I'm not gonna fight and let you summon the Keyblade. I throw down my sword. But Xehanort goes,
Oh yeah, what if I do this?
psh, okay, sure. Threaten someone I don't even know.
This is Kairi from Destiny Islands.
I think I know what Riku looks like.
Pinty girded, your friend is now murdered.
And he kills Kairi. Wait, I think I remember who she is now. No! In a frenzy, Sora defeats the last Norts, allowing Xehanort to summon the Keyblade.
I made this.
Oh yeah, that was the thing I wasn't supposed to do. Whoops, he says.
Now I'll summon Kingdom Hearts and make it purple and drippy.
Says Xehanort. Duck noises, says Donald. Yuck, says Goofy. Or at least he should have. Mickey, realizing he should probably do something of note in this game, stops time and pulls Sora aside. Hey, so it turns out that most of the organization members you killed were traveling through time, which is why they were back even though you defeated them before. And Xehanort is the portal that lets them do that. That makes every amount of sense. Thank you, Mickey-senpai. Oh no, is that a way Enclave of Heartless, I see. Stop, sir. So they dive into the portal that is Xehanort and wind up in Scala ad Caelum, the stairway to the sky, and prepare for their final,
yeah.
ultimate, you better believe it's gonna be epic, anime showdown. Sora believes in himself, Xehanort turns into a goat, and the player mashes L2 a lot, trying to select the right... Damn it! Well, at least someone turned into a boat. At last, Xehanort is defeated.
Darn grummit, my plan was awesome. Everyone was gonna be all like, "Oh, Xehanort, you're so cool."
But you're not so cool, old friend.
Everyone gasps with astonishment because it's the ghost of Ericus present. Yeah, this is one detail I probably should have mentioned in the last video. When Ericus died in Birth by Sleep, his little soul particles got caught in Terra's hair, and he's been quietly hanging out inside of Terra this whole time. Xehanort goes,
Heck, I guess you're right. I quit. Let's go get some sushi.
Ericus and Xehanort hold hands and fly off into space, and there goes any chance we had at catharsis. Okay,
Yeah,
cool, this
it's
is super
kind of underwhelming.
Sora picks up the Keyblade and swoorshes everything back to normal, and everyone's like, hooray! Lee is chilling with Roxas and Shion, Aqua's hanging out with Ventus and Terra, none of whom have aged in 10 years, okay? And Sora goes to Riku and is like, well, spit me out like the pit of a palpu fruit. I can't believe we all made it back in one piece. And Riku goes,
You do remember Kairi died, right?
Oh yeah, but if I bring her heart back, I'll be lost forever.
Where does it say that?
It says right here in my dramatic endings for Dingus's book that I ate for lunch.
so Sora brings Kairi back to life and fades away.
Later, nerds.
And just then, Naminé walks over and starts breakdancing. Ow! Meanwhile,
Nice.
Pete and Maleficent actually find the box they've been searching for this whole time, and it turns out to be the Master of Masters box from Union Cross. Remember that one right there? A hooded figure arrives and summons 4 of the 5 foretellers. They're like,
Oh, hey, I
"Sup,
remember
Lucio, the
these
other
things.
apprentice from Union
The
Cross in
guys.
space we've never seen. You were right here in the lineup. Yep, that's you. Why have you portaled us here to the future? Also, we're missing Snake Girl or Rabbit Girl or whatever." And Lucio takes off their hood and reveals themselves to be Zigbar. They apparently didn't die earlier, and are Lucio. Zigbar, or Lucio, is like, whoops, looks like Xehanort's out of the picture, and I'm the villain now. Hornga's hens, the ride never ends, hee hee hee. And then Sora wakes up in Tokyo, and the guy from Verum Rex is there. Yes, the guy from the fictional game Rex was obsessed with. I do not know. Don't look at me. And that's it for Kingdom Hearts 3. Or is it? Might be. Most of Kingdom Hearts 3 took place in an alternate timeline dreamscape, and there's actually some semi-decent evidence to back that up. I don't know. There's a link in the description to the theory, and it makes me mad that it's plausible. You can also click here and watch Gam read the theory to me while I work on this video that you're watching. Good night, everybody. See you in 15 years. Also, welcome to a good enough summary of Kingdom Hearts. I've only played Kingdom Hearts 1 and like a third of Kingdom Hearts 2, but I've always been fascinated by the series. I mean, what does any of this mean? So I sat down with this good boy Gam and he explained everything to me for 7 hours.
Okay, yes, but it's a lot stupider than you think. And we'll get to that in a long time. And I'm
Alright.
still angry about it.
Okay. And now I'm going to explain everything to you in slightly less time. Please treat any non-accuracies as true game.
Even though I deliberately changed and omitted stuff for the sake of either brevity or humor.
But before we plunge headfirst into the terror that awaits us, there's some stuff you just gotta accept about the world of Kingdom Hearts. 1. Hearts are not literally hearts. They're kinda like a person's soul, but more like their emotional soul, I guess.
I'm assuming that the Japanese version uses kokoro, which is closest to what to the proverbial heart, but it's not a one-to-one cultural. It's not a one-to-one translation. There's a lot of differences in culture surrounding kokoro versus heart.
2. Light equals good and dark equals bad, and these are not metaphor, they're tangible forces within the universe. 3. If you lose your heart, or it's overcome by darkness, it turns into one of these little guys called a heartless. 4. A body without a heart is an empty husk that turns into one of these slithery dudes, a nobody. Okay, so you lose your heart, you create both a heartless and a nobody. Simple enough. 5.
Ugh.
If you're strong-willed enough, your husk turns into a special kind of nobody that looks like you and can talk and stuff. Okay, sure, fine, why not? 6. If both the Heartless and Nobody are destroyed, the original person is made whole again. And whole people are called somebodies. I know. 7. There's Disney and Final Fantasy characters everywhere. And retcons. 8. This is more of a personal note, but I find it easier to take this all in if you consider it more of an avant-garde interactive art piece than a traditional narrative. Okay, let's dive in! Mickey, take the wheel! Kingdom Hearts 1. We start in Destiny Islands, and if you think that name is heavy-handed now, just you wait. There's a bunch of kids running around, but we only care about 3 of them. Sora, the plucky one, Riku, the angsty one, and Kairi, the milquetoast girl with no discernible personality traits whatsoever. Now, despite having their own cluster of islands to call their own, these kids decide it's not enough and build a raft to go on their own adventures. But suddenly, shoop, a big old portal opens up and Heartless start pouring out. Sora tries to fight them and is absolutely useless until shwee, a Keyblade suddenly appears in his hand, and he's all like, nice. Now, Keyblades aren't just big keys. Well, I mean, they are, but they're also big metaphorical keys. They can destroy darkness and repair worlds and just generally do whatever the developers need them to do at that moment. And also, they're sort of like Harry Potter wands, where they choose their master, kinda. So Sora beats the crap out of some Heartless, and then Riku's like, dude, this evil portal is totally sweet. And Sora's like, I don't know, man, that looks like a bad time. And Riku's like, I'm gonna go through there. Nope. You should come too. Nuh-uh.
Okay then.
Yeah.
I'll just.
Nope.
Here I go.
You should not.
Through the spooky portal.
And then everything explodes and Sora goes flying and Kairi sort of phases through Sora. Yeah, that's a little weird. Elsewhere, Mickey Mouse, yes, Mickey Mouse, did I stutter? Is like, I gotta go, see you later, huh? And Donald and Goofy are like, you what? You're the king. You can't just find the Keyblade wielder, bye-bye. I don't understand what's happening. So after exploding and flying through space for a while, Sora wakes up in this strange city with bumpin' music called Traverse Town. He meets up with Donald and Goofy, who are like, is that a Keyblade? And Sora's like, don't touch it. Meanwhile, Riku gracefully emerges from his creepy portal thing and meets up with Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty, and she's like,
Riku, you should totally join me. Look, Sora doesn't even care about you anymore. He has new friends now.
and Riku's like, these vibes I'm getting from you are definitely trustworthy. So Sora teams up with Dobbled and Goombi so they can find their friends. They travel through a bunch of Disney worlds that literally do not matter whatsoever. Like, it's fine if you want to hang out with the adorable little teacup from Beauty and the Beast, and this guy over here, Chub play the tub, fine, but it does not matter to the story. Eventually, they wind up at a big old castle called Hollow Bastion. Riku pops up, and Sora's like, Riku, my friend, after being separated for so long, I have finally found you. And Riku's like, girl, that Keyblade's only been hanging out with you to make me jealous. And Keyblade-chan zwoops on over to Riku-kun. Oh, scoots, says Sora. Well, it doesn't matter. With Donald and Goofy at my side, we can't...
Our allegiance is with the Keyblade, not you, so...
Then Sora has a mopey road trip with Beast from Beauty and the Beast until they discover this super spooky room with a giant keyhole and a bunch of sleeping Disney princesses. Riku's in the corner with Keyblade-chan going, oh yeah? And then what did he say? Oh girl, he did not. Wow, what a creep, ha ha ha. But then Sora delivers this badass monologue about friendship and hearts and stuff, and Keyblade-chan gets all flustered and tsundere and zwoops back on over to Sora, and he's all, nice. Riku goes, oh yeah, well at least I still have Ansem, and Sora's like, who's Ansem? And Riku's like, this super evil dude that's possessing me, he was also like totally pulling Maleficent strings or whatever. And she's like, it be like that though, and Sora goes, you what, mate? And also, Kairi has been drooling face down in the corner this whole time, but nobody knows because she's just that boring. Beast, who's been awkwardly in the room this whole time, points her out, and after a few minutes, they remember who she is. Kairi! Cries Sora. Riku drones on for a while about how Kairi's the last princess Ansem needs for his evil scheme, and also remember when Destiny Islands blew up and Kairi went zzzz through Sora? Yeah, her heart has been inside of Sora this whole time. Sora goes, ew, OMG, and commits Sudoku with his Keyblade. This frees Kairi's heart and revives her. Yay! This also frees Sora's heart, so he's a Heartless now. Boo! But Kairi's like, bibbidi bobbidi deus ex machina, bitch. And Sora turns back to normal, which contradicts everything we understand about how any of this works, but sure, fine. Ansem sees all this and is like, seriously, like, I checked the wiki and they used the word somehow. Whatever, I'm outie, peace. And Sora follows him to Destiny Islands, but now it's all destroyed, so it's to Prestony Islands. Ansem and Sora have a good old-fashioned anime showdown. You know, Sora believes in himself, Ansem turns into a boat, and the player mashes X a lot until Ansem is like, all right, whatever. I'm gonna open the door to Kingdom Hearts, which is the source of all hearts, and it's all darkness in there and stuff. I love darkness. Check out my tattoo. And Sora's like, all right, fine, open it, you dollar store goth, and sort of fumbles with his Oakleys for a moment because guess what? It's like Ansem is all curses, foiled, bingus bongus, and he explodes. Sora tries to close the door to Kingdom Hearts, but he can't. Oh no! Until guess what? Riku. Wait, how is he in there? And guess what? Mickey. Why? Wait, where's his shirt? Remember this? It's important. I swear, do not forget. Riku and Mickey help close the door from the inside, and bingus bongus bablamo. All the broken worlds go back to normal, and everybody returns to Destiny Islands. And Sora is like, okay, I'll be back. I gotta go save Riku and Mickey. And Kairi just kind of stands there because she has no agency and is barely a character. Chain of Memory.
Alright, that's enough. You wanna know more? Do your own. Watch it yourself.